So now our exercise, next part is, fine, define a class called bank, right? Let's see what are the things we should find. Bank will be managing the account objects. That's the main purpose here. And it has to manage the account objects. So yeah, what should a bank be having? Fine, I'll just first create a rough thing here and then we'll write the code. So you will have a, okay, so we'll have a public class called bank. Okay. Yeah. So bank, what does a bank have? It should have a name. Okay, fine. So yes, name. Then what else? Name will be string. Then a bank code. Okay, so bank code will be there. Fine. See, when you go to a bank, right? You would say, I want to open an account. Fine. You don't give an account number. You'll have to give the name and what's the opening balance you want to open with. Fine. Okay. So with that, your account should be created and managed within the bank itself. And you don't keep your account object. Okay. So account objects are going to be created and the account numbers are assigned by the bank. So bank will have to manage the account numbers. Okay. So next time, what should be the new account number? So whatever was given last time plus 1. Okay. So we'll need to keep track of what was the last account number. Right. The bank has one variable to manage what is the last account number. And so bank will have these things plus a place to manage all the account objects. That should be a okay, so let's call it as account map. Okay, here now let me give the type. Okay, I have not been mentioning the type here. Okay, string, this is, maybe it's a int, this will be a long type. Okay, this can be of type map of account number, which will be of type long, and account objects. Okay, so account map is going to be like this. Now as far as the object creation is concerned for a map, okay, we have an there are several classes, but yes, one of the class which is more commonly used is a class called hash map. Okay, so we might use hash map. Okay, fine. So this is how you may initialize your map in the bank. Okay, fine. So that should be sufficient for the variables part. Okay, constructor, fine. For the constructor, what we can do is we can, okay, if in order to create a bank object, we should be giving two things here, a name and a int for the code. Okay, fine, we'll give two things. And so I'm just writing, we'll put the actual code for constructor later, but let's just decide, okay, how we should be. So to create, yes, we'll say new bank and just give two parameters. Okay, fine. Then methods. What should be the methods? What is your interaction with the bank? It should allow me to open a new account. Okay, so we go and say, fine, I want to open a new account, right? So we should have a public method. When you open an account, right, you will be required to give the, so okay, let me call the method name as open account. Yeah, what should you mention? Only the name and opening balance, or what type of account you want? Okay, oh, you want to specify type of account, so how do we do that? So we make it in, we'll have a fixed number of what are the type of account, right? So we can have account type as a parameter, and we should have that maybe as a enum. Okay. Okay. And a string for the name and a long for the opening balance. Okay, fine. So fine. So here, yes, we should have the code for first. Based on the account type, we should be able to create the account object. Fine. Call the constructor. While calling the constructor, we'll need that last account number plus plus. Okay, the bank has a last account number, so that will have to be used. Fine. Okay. Fine. What else? So one interaction will be for open account. Of course, it now requires that we should have a, maybe we can keep it as a nested enum. Okay. So maybe before this, you might have a enum for the account type. Okay. Yeah. And here you will say current and savings. Okay. If required, yes, we will see what all additional things will be needed. Okay. If some methods or anything needed, yes, we'll check that part. Okay. But yes, two elements of the enum called account type. Currently two. So if someone wants to manage one more type of account, yes. So each type of account, yes, we have it as a enum type. Okay. Right. What else? Open account is one interaction, right? Then you go and deposit in the bank. What will open account return? Sorry, yeah, this is something we missed out. Yeah, what will open account return? Okay, fine. So I think so we were looking at what are the methods we should be having in the bank. So one of the methods will be open account. Right? So yeah, the question is, what will open account do? So you say, okay, you go to a bank, say I want to open an account, and you give the type of account, name and opening balance, and if it has opened an account, what you will get? Account number. Fine. So we'll have this method to return the account number. Okay. Fine. So open account will return as a account number. Fine. Fine. Next thing. Now all your interactions, right? You should be using your account number in all other interactions. Once the account is opened, you want to do something with that account, right? Okay. You don't have the account object, but you have the account number. Okay. Fine. So for example, yes, what are the method you will have? Deposit. Okay. Specify the account number, specify a amount to be deposited. You will have a throws for negative amount exception. And can you think of one more exception? Okay, you need one more exception here. No such account exception. Right? If the account number given is something which is not existing, right? See how you'll check existing? You'll have to check in the account map. What will be done from the open account? Oh, making an entry in the put in the account map. Okay, when you put the entry in the account map. Okay, when account which is created, put the entry in the account map. Call the put operation. Fine. So here, what should be the code now? You have to, for deposit, what do we do? You know how deposit is done on an account. So given an account number, fetch the account object. Given the account number, fetch the account object. See, you will have all such methods, right? This is one method. Similarly, there's so many other methods. Find maybe a method to return Boolean. Withdraw method should take parameter as account number and the amount to be withdrawn. Okay, fine. It's similar to the earlier case. Here also we'll have the throws thing. Okay, fine. Just listing them, all the methods, and then just we'll see the code. This code here, since it's just going to use the code which is in the account class, we'll see these are going to be very just single line statements probably. Okay, we can make them single line statements. Okay, but one thing common in all of such methods where, so okay, someone will say, oh, I want to have print the passbook. I want to print the passbook, but then give the account number. Okay, and that should have a throws no such account exception. Okay, but one thing what we are finding here is, oh, we have account number as a parameter, and what are we supposed to do with the account number? Fetch the account object and then do something. That all these methods will be doing, right? So we can have a common method here, okay, which can be a private method. So now we may have a case for a private method, returns the account object. Name of the method is get account for a given, for a given account number, and that has a throws no such account exception. Okay, fine. So if you have this method, right, if in the presence of such a method, what we will have is something like this. Oh, what's the code for withdraw? Assume this method, then return get account for the account number, which is a parameter to that method, dot amount. These are going to be just one line codes. Get account for the account number dot deposit. See, we have already done the methods on account, so that's just being reused here. Print passbook. Oh, we have print passbook in the account. Fine. So yes, we can think of more such methods. Okay, but find a case for a private method, because we are not interested in giving, this is to be private, because we are not interested in giving someone the account object by giving an account number. We don't give the account object outside the bank. Fine. Outside the bank, account object is not directly usable. Fine, clear? Okay, so what other methods you would like to have now? Yeah, maybe someone would say, okay, let's have a method to return Boolean, a method called transfer funds, and parameters could be a long for the from account, another long for to account, another long for the amount to be transferred, and this will have the throws for negative amount and no such account exception. Okay, so a method for transfer. Okay, what other method we would like to have? We can have a list. list of all the accounts. Just print all the accounts here. Okay, no parameters needed there. Yeah, basically the values from the map. Fine. Someone might even like to have a public method returns. Okay, what we'll return, let's check, but we would like to have a close account for a given account number. Sorry. Yeah, throws no such account exception. What will this return? So when someone closes the account, and what should he be given back? He can be given back the closing balance. Okay, what's the balance that should be returned back? Okay. Okay, so fine. So let's go ahead with all such methods, and let's define this class in a separate file now. Clear? Okay, what we are trying to do. Okay, fine. So let's. Okay, so we'll make it part of the package bank. Okay, we'll need import for map. Okay, we might be using hash map. Okay, maybe we may change it later. Yeah, other things are fine. Okay, let's check this code then. Okay, let's update this. So instance variables to be private. Okay. And we'll have the last account number, and this again private. Okay, fine. We have the public constructor for the bank. So when someone calls the constructor, oh, but before that, yes, we'll need the enum. Let's put the enum in place. Okay. Fine. Maybe we'll come back here, right? Okay. So public constructor of bank, yeah, what does constructor of bank do for us? Okay, this dot name equal to name. Yeah, this dot code equals code. Okay, as far as the last account number is concerned, okay, we can set it to whatever the code is there multiplied by, we'll get 4 more digits after the code. Fine, 4 or 5, whatever you decide, right? So maybe fine. So we want maybe 10,000 accounts at the most. So 0000 to 999. Okay, so that can be, so it will be 10,000, right? Okay, but I'll make it as long. Okay, so that this becomes a long type. Okay, when last account number is a long, code is a int type. Okay. Fine, so these are set, right? So all the variables are initialized now. Okay, yeah, what's the next method? Open account. Yeah, this is the one which is to be taken care. So account type is available. Yes, we have this. Okay, no, you don't want an if, right? Okay, we'll see. Put in enum here. Here. account type. So one object of the account. So we'll have to say account. Okay, let's see the usage maybe. How are we going to call the constructor? So if someone has to call the constructor, right, I'll just put it here and we'll put it in fine. So it will be, someone has to say new, not new, sorry. If there is a bank object, assume there's a bank object, we'll say bank dot open account, and then we'll be saying account type dot or account type dot savings, gives his name and gives the opening balance, something like this. Okay, so that's, I'm just showing that's the way we would like to invoke the method called open account. Okay. Fine. So account type is used in this manner. Right? Okay. So internally, when someone says open account, what we are supposed to do is call the construct of the current account, savings account, whatever type we selected. Right? We have to call the constructor, create the object, and then put it into the map. Okay, so we have to be creating object, and creation of object depends on what type of account is to be created. So what, depending on the account type, so what we would like to have additionally here is an abstract method. Okay, and then of course we'll have our anonymous class here. Okay, so what's a public abstract method? Fine. This method will be returning the account object. Name of the method can be create. Okay, but if you want to create an account object, what are the things required? Long for the account number, a string for the name, another long for the opening balance. Okay, and it should have a throws for negative amount exception. Okay, so this is the abstract method.
No such account is not made.
No, this is create part.
Okay, so you can create.
When it has to return the account object which has been created. But what in order to create, it will need these three parameters, right? These three are the what is needed in the constructor of account, right? So if I go back here, right, what is the code here? Oh, we have to write code for the public account create method. Fine. Long account number, comma, string for the name, another long for the opening balance, and has a throws for negative amount exception. Okay, and what we do here is simple. We'll just say return new. Oh, this is for current, so I'll be calling the constructor current account. Okay, see, the difference is only which constructor to call. In current, we'll just say I want to create the object of current account. And parameter, oh, those parameter whatever are available to me. Yeah. So when you call this constructor, yes, it throws a negative amount exception, so we have put a throws here. So yeah, exactly same thing for the savings account, right? This becomes savings account. Okay, fine. So now with this kind of method in place for us, a method called create, available in the account type itself, right? Now if we go and look at the code for open account. Yeah, first thing is to create the object of account. Account AC equals, oh, we have the account type dot create, and what's going to be the account number? Fine, we'll have a name and we'll have the opening balance. So we created an account object. Fine, this is just nothing but creating the account object. Depending on the type, the account object is created. Okay. Now we can just say long account number equals AC dot get account number. Okay. Then this dot account map dot put account number and the account object. Okay. And just return the account number. Clear? When call the create method on the account type, it creates an account for me. But in order to call that, yes, we must be having the account number, what we want, right? Account number, name and the balance. Account number is to be, this is in the bank class, so bank is maintaining its last account number, so that's being used to give it the account number. So you understand, like for someone to, first someone must have a bank object. Once he has a bank object, this is how he is going to create the object. Open an account like this. And he'll get back the, okay, so when he does this, he'll say, okay, I have long account number or account number 1 equals this. So this is kind of code which will go in the test bank class. Okay, this, okay. So we'll have a class called test bank as well. Okay, fine, where we'll have a main method. Main method will use this kind of thing. It will just say, okay, let me create one account, another account. So it has all those account numbers. Fine, and then on any account, carry out an operation like deposit or withdraw or print passbook, or you might like to transfer from one account to another account, or you might even like to close the account. Okay, or someone says, okay, let's look at the list of all the accounts in the bank. Okay, so that's the methods we have decided, yeah, and how we have written the implementation. And so this is fine. Okay, so now, yeah, this is, okay, get account method. Okay, where's the get account method? We have to still write that. Yeah, private method get account. This is different. Why this has come here? I think this is wrong. Okay. Anyway, so maybe I'll keep this initially so it's not confusing. Okay, so before we start with deposit, withdraw, all those methods which involve a account number, we should be knowing how we'll get the account for a given account object. How do we get this? Account AC equals this dot account map dot get the given account number and get the account object for it. Fine. And if this account is null, then throw new. Okay, you can throw that no such account exception, and the constructor some message. Okay, fine. Otherwise, we return the account object. So this fetching from the map and checking if it is null or not, that's what is, this is what is commonly used everywhere. This is my, for a given account number, your interaction with bank will always be in terms of account number. So for a given account number, fetch the account object. That's a common operation. Okay, so this we have as a private method. Okay, so we'll also need to define a class called no such account exception. Okay, fine. Additionally, yes, we'll need that. So we'll have one more file having the exception called no such account exception. Okay, so now deposit method looks okay. Fine. This one? Okay. So what this does, get account method, given an account number, I want the account object. Map is used for mapping the key values. What is the key? Account number. So first what we have done here is we have said, okay, let's look in the map. Okay, get method, given an account number, fetch me the account object. Right. So this returns the account object. If the account was not available, if this account number, that key doesn't exist, you will be getting a null. So if it is null, I'm just throwing. Otherwise, I fetch the account and that's what I'm returning. Okay, so if now someone says I want to deposit in this account so much amount, okay, fine, we'll get the account object. Account already has a method called deposit, and we'll call the deposit and give it that amount. Fine. So use this private method, right? Get account is the private method being used wherever account number is a parameter. Okay, so yeah, withdraw method, this is okay because it has a return type of boolean. We are saying return, right? Fine. Get the account and call withdraw method on that account, and that's what we are returning. So withdraw method would return boolean, so that's what we return. Okay, print passbook. Oh, this is also fine, same, right? Get account for the given account number dot print passbook. And print passbook is a method, fine, with no parameters in account class. It's there in the account class. Okay, transfer funds. Yeah, how do we do this now? Throws. What does it throw? Negative amount exception and no such account exception. Yeah, so transfer funds. How do we do this? From account number is given, to account number is given. What we should do is, we should first do a check in the from account. Okay, from there we should withdraw and deposit it to the to account. And call the withdraw and deposit method. So first we should get the two account objects, right? So I can say account AC1, or rather from account, equals, yeah, get account and just say from, right? So get the two account objects. get account for 2. Yeah. And so we got the 2 account objects. Fine. From is there, 2 is there. What we should do first, withdraw from the from. Okay. Fine. So if that from is saying we don't have a balance, we should just return false. So this is returning false, right? So if from doesn't have the balance, okay. So if not, okay, from account dot withdraw amount, okay, if it can't be withdrawn, okay, nothing to be done, return false. That has returned false, so we return a false. When withdrawal, you don't have balance, then it returns false. Withdraw method. Okay. So we have been, if this is not returning false, then we have been able to successfully withdraw the amount. That amount has been deducted from the from account, and now it has to be deposited into the to account. Okay. So simple, to account dot deposit, and we should have the amount being deposited, and that's done. Clear? Transfer is this, withdraw from the from, deposit into to. Right? And if this is done, you return a true. Okay, so this is how you can say transfer false. Fine. Next one, list accounts. Yeah, how do we list accounts? For each account AC in this dot account map dot values. Values gives us the collection. Collection is iterable, and therefore we are using the for loop. Yeah. We may simply say AC dot display, and we have the display method. Just call the display. Or okay, you can even have one more thing here, system.out.println list of accounts for bank plus this dot name. Of course, a few methods we have forgotten to put. We should be having a method called end of account list. Okay, and after the for loop we should have this. Okay, what have we forgotten? Some methods which we should have normally, maybe we can put it right in the beginning itself. Okay, after constructor, maybe here. Yeah, public method return string, get name. We should have those methods, getter methods. Okay, what else? Get code, name, get code. We are not putting the get last account number. Okay, that we will not reveal. Right? And so same account map, no question of return in the account map anywhere. Fine, clear. Okay, so one more thing to be written. So let's save this first, and then we'll write the no such account exception. right? That's an additional thing, right, which we need. Close account is still pending. Yeah. How do we write this? Close account throws no such account exception. Yeah. What should be done? Someone says close account. Get the account object. Fine. So if account number was not valid, it would have thrown from here. Get account is returning is throwing an exception if not valid. Okay. If it is valid, then what should be done? Remove the entry from the map. Okay. Fine. So this dot account map dot remove using the account number. Fine. Remove method of the map to remove the entry, and then account number is the key. So given a key, that entry will be removed now. Fine. That key pair goes, key value pair. Okay. Now what do we have to return? Return AC dot get balance. Okay, that's the balance. Balance is the value, the amount which is the closing balance. And from the map, entry has been removed, and for that account, this is the balance. Okay, fine. So this is our bank class. Okay, and then we'll need the test bank, where we can test all these methods. Fine. Create object of bank and test all these methods. Okay, and we'll save this. Let's save this as, and this saved as bank.java. Okay, another one which is for the no such account exception. Okay, that again is a checked exception. Public class no such account exception extends from exception. Okay, so this becomes a checked exception. Okay, fine. We're not having any additional information, and simple. So we only have a message, so we can just provide one constructor where you give a message, and we can keep it as default, not make it public. So no such account exception cannot be created by someone from outside the package. Okay, within the package you can create such exceptions. They can use those exceptions. Catching exceptions is fine. The class is public. Okay, but the constructor is not. Okay, fine. Parameters, a string, right, for the message. And what's to be done? Done. Okay, so quickly, if you want to write any exception class, it says this is how you can do it. Okay, most exception classes are done like this. Okay, so we have fine. So we have these classes. Okay, now ready to compile. bank. Okay, exception, negative and exception not declared to be thrown, right? This is bank.java line 42. Okay, that I think we have to have the negative mode exception in the we forgot the throws negative amount exception, yeah, because that opening balance may be negative. Okay, and so just keep this and that should work. Right, so this compiles. Okay, now we need a main method where we can test it. So we need one more class. Fine, test bank. So this will be separate package called test. Okay, we'll need the import. I'll just say bank dot. Do we need anything other than bank? Okay, yeah, we'll need, what other things we may be needing? We don't need the account, right? Okay, and the bank doesn't provide us for, it doesn't give us any account object anyway. There's no method like that. Okay, so we are not dealing with the account. So we'll have import for which all other things. Which are the other things? Import bank dot. Okay, and no such account exception, those things, right? The exception classes. Okay, fine. And then we have the public class called test bank. Public static void name string array. And here you can put the throws for the two exceptions. Yeah. Okay, so what's the first thing? So two command line arguments, string for the bank name, okay, and int for the bank code. That should be integer dot parse int, right? Args of 1. Right? So two command line arguments, one for the name of the bank and the bank code. And then, yeah, next thing, what should be done? Create. So we'll say bank equals new bank created with the help of bank name and bank code. Okay, so now we have a bank object, and now we can say, okay, let's have account number 1 equals bank dot open account. Okay, and when we say open account, yeah, which one? So we'll say bank dot account type dot, yeah, account type dot maybe current comma name comma opening balance so we have another account, you open one more account, and maybe That's a saving. Okay, that can still be current only. And open another account. Third one, let's make this as a savings account. Okay. Okay. One more savings account. Okay. And okay, fine. Now, yeah, what are the operations you'd like to do? Bank dot deposit into the, for account number 1, I want to deposit so much. Okay. Fine, we can say bank dot withdraw. Oh, we want to print the passbook, or we want to we did put one. I think we can add one more method where we can get the details of a particular account only. We have a full list of all accounts. Okay, someone wants to say, oh, I want to display that account. Just give me the information on a particular account object. So we want to call display on a particular account object. So we'll add one more method to the bank. Okay, it will be public method returns void display. Fine. For a given account, display throws no such account exception, and this is get account for the account number dot display. Okay, when display is already there in the account, so this can be, so get the account object for a given account number and then display. So then we can add this also into the test account. So you might like to display. So those are only returning the object, right? Or instead of that, maybe just after creation of all of those, let's print a list, bank dot list accounts. And we can list all the accounts initially and do some operations like deposit. Okay, bank dot withdraw from account number 1, or maybe we would like to do a transfer funds from account number 1. It has 1.5, right? So let's take 145 and let's make it account number 3 and 145. Okay, so there should be a penalty. Okay, and then maybe you would like to say bank dot print passbook for account number 1. Okay. You can also print the passbook for account number 2. No, account number 3. Yeah. Okay, fine. You could add and update this, add more operations, try the close, fine. Yeah. So this is, you are not directly operating on account now. You're only working through the bank. Okay. Save this as. So this should be saved into the test folder. Oh, this will be test bank, sorry. Yeah. Okay, let's compile and run this code now. We made a change in the bank. Okay, that's working fine. We have the test backslash test bank.java. Oops. List accounts. Bank.negative amount exception. Cannot. Bank.negative amount. Acha, spelling error is there. No such account. Okay. I think one is spelling error that if you correct, a lot of errors will go away. Okay, so there's a spelling mistake here. Where is it? Bank import in the import, sorry. Yeah. So that should take care of it now. Most of the errors, I think. Oh, we still have errors. Bank.account type. Okay, account type, that enum is not public. We'll make it public. Okay. The enum here, let's make it public then. Still errors are there. Open account. Okay, spelling mistake again. And we have done a copy paste, so every place open account spelling is wrong. List accounts, there the spelling seems to be okay. Maybe in the bank class we might have made an error. Yeah, okay. Print passbook, I think we have done some mistake in the type, data type. For print passbook and for the open account spelling mistake is there. Where's the method print passbook? Okay. Yeah. Okay. And open account. This is fine here. Open account. List accounts, method name related. So we'll need to check the spelling in the bank class. List accounts. List account. Oh, I have sent list account. Okay, fine. Now you can run the code. Okay, we need to pass two command line arguments, right? Okay, some code can be there. Okay, and here it is. Yeah. List of accounts, so that's account list. Find account numbers. But what do you find? The order is coming. It's not in the order of the account numbers. See, what we have done is we have straight away said values and said, okay, let's just go by the order, whatever we get in the values. So the map which we have used a hash map. It's not a sorted map. Okay. There is a class called hash map, which is a simple map. Okay. There's also a class called tree map. Okay. A tree map is a sorted map. When we say sorted means it manages those entries. Okay, that entry set will be in the order of the, if you try to iterate, they will be in the order of the key. A sorted set manages those iteration order, keeps the iteration order as the order of the key. So whatever is the key type. Okay, so what we can do, change from hash map to tree map. Okay, and use the tree map. Okay. Tree map and yeah, new, where we have done the new, yeah, here itself. Okay, and so now it's an order. Okay, so list accounts initially, we can again do a list account later. What I've done is only printed the passbook. And so there's the one with the penalty also, right? The second one has a deposit, which is because of the transfer. Yeah. Okay. Fine. So any questions? Yeah. Fine.
No, sir.
Okay. Fine. Next week, right? So today is Friday, so we'll be meeting next week, right? So next week, yes, the first thing we are going to do, let me set the agenda. What's the next agenda for the next week? Okay, so next what we would like to look at is some default methods of the so default methods. We have only seen the abstract methods so far. So default methods from the collection framework. But before we can understand all of these default methods, most of them are dependent on, okay, so we need to understand, okay, the standard set of functional interfaces from the java.util.function package. Okay, so that's the next thing we are going to look at.